Hi everyone, and welcome to week 14. We are now officially done with Outlook, and we're moving towards our last Microsoft Office program, and that is Access. So in week 14 you'll notice that we have an Access Chapter 1 reading, a guided project, an independent project, and no test. I did not assign a test as I just want this to be a nice easy week before finals coming up, and that you get a chance to just get your feet wet with Access. So that's all we're going to be doing. This video will be the guided project 1-2. Go ahead and either print or download your instructions and then start your file. You will need to enable content in the security warning. And you will notice that the next set of instructions does not ask that we do a save as. That's because all we did was just bring up a file for Access. There isn't anything in here just yet. We haven't created a table or a database. But let's go ahead and start our new database. Let's click the Table button, which is located in the Create tab in the Tables group. And now you do have a new table that opens in the datasheet view. Next, we're going to be editing the default primary key and add new fields into the table. 2A says to double-click the cell containing the ID field name. Type member ID and then press the Enter key. The Click to Add column to the right is selected so you can add the next field into the table. Click the Short Text Data Type to select the data type for this new field. Type first name in the field column header and press the Enter key. Again, click the Short Text Data Type and now type last name in the field 1 column header and press Enter key. Now I will tell you that when you're selecting this data type, it's important to get it right. It will mess up, and Access is really unforgiving when you make a mistake. So just be mindful as you're following along in this video, or if you're watching the video first, make sure you watch what I'm doing. So you're going to be adding the remaining fields into the table using the information and the instructions. Remember again that you select the data type first and then enter the field name. So the data type for the next one is short text, and we're going to type address. Then press Enter. Short text, type city. And you can kind of see how we're creating these. We've got a member ID number, a person's name, their first name, their last name, their address, their city. So you can guess that the next short text that we're going to be doing is state. Press Enter. Short text again, zip code, Enter. This time we're going to choose hyperlink because we are going to be creating an email address. So email and then address. Make sure that you do not have any typos. Proofread as you go. If you do, while you're still in there and you're proofreading, just use your backspace button. Go ahead and press Enter again one last time and choose short text, and we're going to do cell phone number. Let's press Control S to save all of the modifications that we've made to this table. Note that a Save As dialog box comes up, and we are going to save this as members. Select the OK button. Number 3 in the instructions sheet tells us that we're going to be doing some editing to the field properties, which these are your field properties. And so we're going to go ahead and get started on those. So 3A is click the member field name And then now we're going to click the name and caption button located in the Table Tools Fills tab, Property Groups. So name and caption. Type member and then space ID in the caption property. Because the field name is this table, in this table, provide a clear description of the content, it is not necessary to enter anything into the description property. So go ahead and click OK. Next, select the first name field. Click the name and caption button, and in the caption, type first name. Click the OK button. Now, we will need to change the field size property, and that is located in the Table Tools Fields, and you see field size. What that is basically your characters. So we are changing the first name character from the default from 255 to 20. Usually someone's first name is no larger than 20 characters. You cannot click on the next field. You do need to hit or click your enter key or press it to accept the 20, and then you're able to move now to the last name caption or the last name field. And in the instructions there is a table, and I'm going to be reading from that table, and so just follow along here or look at your instructions. So we are going to be changing the remaining of these field properties. So for last name, we want to click the name and caption, and the caption should be last name, and you'll notice what we're doing is we're taking that spacing out and adding a space, if you will. We did not have a space in the name, but the caption will be last space name. Click OK, and the field size should not be defaulted to 255. A person's last name is normally no more than 25 characters. Go ahead and press enter to accept that. Go to address. That's short and it's just one word, so we don't need to change address, city, or state, but we do need to change the field size. The field size for address is 45, and then the field size for city will be 25. Don't forget, after each one you do need to say OK. For state, we're using the 2-digit abbreviation. Zip code, we are going to change the name caption, the caption to just zip, and then say OK, and the field size to 5. And then email, the last one, you will notice that the field size is defaulted to not having anything because we used hyperlink. We do want to change the caption to something shorter, and that will just be email, and just say OK. And now we have the cell phone field property, and we do want to change the name and caption to cell phone. Don't forget the space and capitalize the P, and then OK. And the field size will just be 12 characters. Go ahead and click the Save button, and that's the icon is what the instructions is telling us. So the Save button, click that. With the changes to the field property saved, the table is ready for you to begin to enter data records. Remember that even though you have changed the caption that displays as the column header and datasheet view, the field names haven't changed. So let's take a look at number 4, enter the member records into the member tables. In 4A, it says to click the first name cell in the append row. Let's type our first person. It's a woman. Her name is Geneva. Go ahead and type that in there. Now notice while I was typing that, we have a pencil icon that showed up in this field on the left of the member ID column. This icon just means it's indicating that this record has not yet been saved. Press the Tab key to move to the next field, And let's type Geneva's last name, which is Lingle. Press tab again. And let's type her address, which is 1850 Stone Ridge Court. Don't forget to proofread as you go. Press tab. The city is Cameron Park. Press tab. The state, remember we're using the two letters only, and that is CA for California, that abbreviation. The zip code is 95682, and press tab. And please note that while we're typing this email, you might recall that we use the hyperlink. So as we're typing this, it comes up as an actual hyperlink and it's ready to be used. Notice that I've got the hand for my pointer instead of the flashing pointer or the arrow, so I've got the hand. Next, tab over to the cell phone and go ahead and start typing out the area code. Don't forget your dashes for separation, and then finish the telephone number up. Again, don't forget to proofread. And once you're done typing that, press the tab key. The pencil icon no longer displays, as you can notice, and it also moves you to the member ID field in the append row. The tab to the next field, when you tab to the next field, you're going to be entering some information into the table now. And it's going to take you a little bit of time to start typing information out, because what we're going to be doing is creating a database. So remember that after you tab out of the cell phone number, you're going to be moving to the member ID field. Since that is an auto number field, do not enter a value and simply tab to the next field. So when I did that and I was in the phone number and I did tab, it took me to member ID. Just tab to the next field, which is first name. Now go ahead and follow the instructions in K for that table and type in Cheryl Wilson. You need to type in her address, her city, her state, the zip, the email, and then the telephone number. Don't forget to hit tab to take you down to the next line, and then tab again to move to the next field. You'll notice now that our member ID was that auto number field. It fills it in automatically, so Geneva's 1, Cheryl is 2. Now we're going to type in Ryan. So go ahead and keep going and fill in all the information. So when you get down to the tail end, make sure you've gone back to double check proofread to make sure you don't have any typos. I'm not for sure if SimNet will pick up every little detail, but I am pretty sure it will. Plus, you want to be very good at what you're putting in as you're building a database, and so you want to make sure you've got everything that's accurate that's in there. Okay, so I'm on the last one. There were quite a few names to type, and after you've proofread and you've got it all done, you will have one empty line here. Just leave that, that's fine. What you will be doing now is we're going to be changing the layout of the members table. So go ahead and click to select the zip column, and then you're going to right click to open the context menu. Select the Filled With button and then type 7. Click OK to close the dialog box. Click the Center Alignment button located in the Home tab, Text Formatting. Click to select the State column. Place your pointer on the right border of the state field name. Double-click the pointed arrow, two-pointed arrow, to adjust the field width using Auto Fit. Click the Center Alignment button. Click the Alternate Row Color drop-down list. That is located in the Home tab, Text and Formatting group, and if you just hover, it's kind of like the other Microsoft Office programs, the name will show up, so the alternate row color, and you are going to select blue-gray, text 2, lighter, 80%. And what that does is it gives your table a little bit of a pop. So you've got the blue-gray banded lines, it's like every other one. So that gives it just a little bit of a distinguishing look when you're looking at each of your members in your table. Go ahead and press Control-S to save the changes to the layout. Now we're going to learn how to sort the members in the table. Click the arrow to the right of the city field name. Next, click the Sort to A to Z button on the shortcut menu. Now the records display in ascending order in the city field. So Auburn, Cameron, Fairbanks, Folsom, Lincoln, Rockland, and Roseville. Now let's select the Remove Sort button to remove the sort criteria. That is found in the Home tab underneath the Sort and Filter group. So Remove Sort. Select the Zip column and now click and hold and drag the pointer to move the Zip column to the left of the last name column. So last name, just to the left of it. And now we've got first name, zip, and then last name. Click anywhere to deselect the zip column. Next, select both the zip and the last name columns. To do this, you are going to hold the pointer over the zip column. With the selection pointer still displayed, drag the pointer to the last name column and then release. So go ahead and click on zip, hold your left click down, and go over to the right and select last name and then release. Now let's click the ascending button located in the Home tab in the Sort and Filter group and click Ascending. The records now display in ascending order by the zip column. In the cases of the same zip code, the records are sorted in the ascending order by the last name. So your table should look like my table here. So we've got 95602 is the zip code, and so there's two of them in that area, and so that's Clemens and Thomas. And then the 95628, there's a couple of those. We've got two different last names. So let's go ahead and go back to how we had it before. Select the Remove Sort button to remove the sort criteria. Click anywhere to deselect the columns. Now let's learn how to filter the members table using filters by selection. Highlight the 3 digits 916 in the cell phone cell for member ID number 2. So that is Cheryl. So we're going to double click in here and then just highlight the 916. Next, click the selection button located in the Home tab in the Sort and Filter group, Selection. Then click Begins with 916. Note, if Begins with is not showing in the drop-down, be sure that your 916 is selected in the cell phone cell for member ID number 2, which was Cheryl. Notice that the data sheet updates to display only the 7 members who have a cell phone number in that area code of 916. Next, we're going to click the arrow to the right of the cell phone field name and clear the filter from the cell phone. And that button just removes the filter that we had set there for those cell numbers. So now the table is back looking to what we've had it previously. Click the arrow to the right of the email field name. Click the text filter button on the shortcut menu. Click Contains, drop-down list, and type Gmail. Click the OK button. Now the data sheet should display only the 5 members who have Gmail as part of their email addresses. Click the toggle filter button located in the Home tab, the Sort and Filter group, and what this does is it switches back to the viewing all the records. Next, click the toggle filter button again to switch back to the filtered records. Click the arrow to the right of the email field name, and now click Clear from Email. And I just want to say that it looks like there's also a little bit of a filter next to that arrow. So just in case if you didn't quite see the arrow, it is there. There's also the filter. So go ahead and click Clear Filter from Email. And that's exactly what we've done now. Close the members table by clicking the X in the right-hand corner. So they're talking about this X here. Select No button in the dialog box. Do you want to save changes to the design of the table members? Select No. You do not need to save any of the changes as a result of sorting or filtering the table. The completed table layout should look similar to that table that we've just done. Now we're going to add a that's in the figure 1-102. So now let's add a database properties using the database properties dialog box. Click the File tab, and we're going to go Backstage View. So click the Info. Sorry about that. So click the Info button, and it should have done that for you if it's not already selected. And now click the View and Edit Database Properties. And that's here. And it's kind of blue, I guess, if you will. So go ahead and click that to open the Database Properties dialog box. In the title area, you will type American River members. Be sure to proofread. In the authors area, type Taylor Mathos. And then in the company area, type ARCC, all caps, and then click OK. Close the American River database and access by clicking the X in the right corner of the application window. And that's just right above your name. So go ahead and get that uploaded. I will tell you that when we were doing the save as, you might not find yours. If that is the case, don't panic. It's still there. Just go back into your Access, what you were in, and then bring it up. And once you've done that, you can save it wherever you need to save it at. So you'll notice that we've got some file types. It's just to save as data, save database as. Just go into your save as and save it somewhere where you need to. And then when you get that done, just go ahead and submit that. And hopefully you all got 100. Hopefully I got 100. All right, that's it. Let me know if you got questions again. Use the Dr. Barnes Ask a Question tab in Blackboard. And good luck, guys. Thanks.